contested. Tyrese Samuel. Here Armstrong to Jimmy Bell for the jump. Saved by Isanza to here Armstrong, lob to Isanza. Stolen, Pierre Cockrell, he gives it to Malik Tidwell in transition. He lobs it off the glass. Armstrong into the lane, lobs it to Ricky Sanza for another jam. Possession, Cockrell with the steal. Lob off the backboard to 2020. Jumper, no good. Coleman Hawkins with the rebound. Outlets to Pierre Cockrell off the glass to 2020 once again. LaMelo Ball with the rebound.
He wants it. Yep.
Oh! Emmanuel Shimungo.
That's a big time shot.
Oh my goodness! By Aspire. Wizards lob back door to by LaMelo. Look at that underhand. No,
I think there needs to be a different matchup there.
that is not what. Oh, Terry!
I have starters if you need them.
Okay, same as yesterday?
I think so.
And welcome everyone to day 2 of the 2019 Hoopin' on the Hill, live from Warren Central High School here in Bowling Green, Kentucky. Grind session event brought to you by Tanager Sports. We had 6 great games yesterday, and we've got 5 more games today, starting at noon in just a couple of minutes. Mountain Mission out of Virginia versus St. Louis Christian out of Missouri. These two teams both suffered losses yesterday. Excuse me, let me double check that. Maybe St. Louis Christian lost to Our Savior New American, 72-57. And Mountain Mission, correct that. So Mountain Mission defeated George Harris Prep, 49-48. So they want to continue their winning ways. St. Louis Christian wants to get a W before they leave Kentucky. Projected starters for both teams. Mountain Mission, 0 Molly Benin. Number 3, Albert Wilson Jr. Number 5, Yusuf Abdrabu. 11, Johannes Sefa. And number 15, Papus Mbia. For St. Louis Christian, number 1, Keon Batchman. Number 5, Jordan Nesbitt. Number 10, CJ Soul. Number 22, Jackson McCoy. And number 44, Tiki Musaka. Those are the projected starters for both teams. However, we are seconds away from tip, so we're about to turn you over to public announce for the official starting assignments.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Dragons Den at Tim Riley Court on the campus of Warren Central High School for today's first grind test matchup featuring the Mountain Mission School of Grundy, Virginia, and the Cougars of St. Louis Christian, St. Louis, Missouri. And now it's time for your starting lineup. First, for the Cougars of St. Louis Christian. Starting in guard, number 5, Jordan Nesbitt. Starting in guard, number 1, Keon Batchman. Starting in guard, number 10, CJ Soul. Starting in guard, number 22, Jackson McCoy. And starting in forward, number 44, Tiki Musaka. And now for our starting lineup for the Mountain Mission School. Starting in guard, number 0, Molly Bennett. Starting in forward, number 3, Albert Wilson III. Starting in forward, number 5, Yusuf Abdrabu. Starting in guard, number 11, Johannes Asafa. And starting in forward, number 15, Papus Mbia.
And the head coaches for today are Al Wilson for Mountain Mission and Casey Altenreith for St. Louis Christian. Mountain Mission, the home team on the scoreboard, dressed in, what are we going to call it today? Champagne silver. Let's go with that. Champagne silver and trimmed in green and black. St. Louis Christian visitors are outfitted in royal blue, trimmed in sky blue, yellow, and white. Both these teams looking very stylish this morning. Love the unis on both sides. All righty, so we will be getting ready for tip in just a moment. There we go. Tiki Musaka versus Al Wilson III. And the tip is won by Mountain Mission. Number 11, Johannes Asifa controls the tip. He gets it over to Yusuf Abdrabu, to Molly Benden, to Al Wilson III, back to Abdrabu. He drives, he passed it to Molly Benden. Great pass there by Yusuf Abdrabu. And Mountain Mission scores first on the day, 2-0. Tray ball on the way. That was Keon Batchman. He missed it. He gets the long rebound over to CJ Soul. CJ Soul into the lane. Passes it to Keon Batchman. Tray ball on the way. No good. And the rebound, Yusuf Abdrabu. Al Wilson III at the top of the key. Being guarded by Tiki Musaka. Abdrabu in the lane. And no good. Excellent attempt. It just didn't quite go down. Keon Batchman. And I have no idea how he missed that shot. I was just ready to say basket good, and I look up, Molly Benden has the rebound. And we're joined now by my color guy, Cullen Kreider.
Good morning. Good morning.
And Cullen, it's typical early game, so starting a little slow. Mountain Mission up 2-0. Make it 3-2. St. Louis Christian. Keon Batchman with the tray ball. 3-2, St. Louis Christian. This is, of course, a grind session event, so grind session rules apply. 2 16-minute halves. Stolen, Keon Batchman to CJ Soul. Layup is good. 2 16-minute halves, 6 fouls for disqualification, not 5 like most high school games, and 30-second shot clock. Beautiful pass down to Al Wilson. No good. Rebound, battled for, and we've got a foul.
And here,
Wilson called
here
for that
early
foul.
on, I can really see St. Louis Christian, their athleticism, their length, really giving Mountain Mission problems here early on. Just as far as a second ago, kind of somewhat of an unforced turnover.
Right.
Just right in front of you, and just take the ball away. So look for St. Louis Christian to pick up the pressure even more when they see that that's going to give them problems.
And Mountain Mission actually right now is playing a sagging man-to-man. I expected them to start zone, but now they've switched it. Now I'm not sure exactly what it is, which is a good sign. You're not supposed to be able to easily identify the defense.
There's Nesbitt.
Tray ball is good. Jordan Nesbitt.
And he continues to shine for St. Louis Christian.
Yes, he does.
He shows up every single game. That's just what I notice about him. He brings it every single time he steps on the court.
30-second timeout called by Mountain Mission. 12:58 left to go in the first half. And our score, St. Louis Christian 8, Mountain Mission 2. And, Cullen, I think you've hit it on the head. The athleticism, the length, and just the aggression.
Well, yeah.
St. Louis Christian are all going to be problems for Mountain Mission all afternoon.
When these guys step out on the floor, they can pick it out real quick if they know that they're superior athletes or not. And, and that gets in their head is, okay, now I can push up the pressure a little bit more because now they're not so worried about, getting driven by on the drive. So once that pressure picks up, it makes it that much more difficult for Mountain Mission. You try to disguise that if you're the other team, that may be a little less athletic, but sometimes it just sticks out. But as we saw yesterday, they will fight until the end. Mountain Mission, very disciplined, and they will continue to do what Coach Al Wilson asks of them. And if they don't, they'll sit on the bench.
Yusuf Abdrabu, Molly Benden up at the top of the key, guarded by CJ Soul. Papoose Mbia in the corner to, that was David Kafeni. No good. Rebound, Keon Batchman. Nice spin move at the top of the key to get around Wilson. Jackson McCoy back to Keon Batchman. The lefty tray ball is good.
Good pass by McCoy. Good unselfish basketball. He just shot fakes, takes one dribble, and then finds the open man.
11-2. And basket, ooh, no good. Molly Bennon. Ball out of bounds, last touched by Al Wilson III. This is where Mountain Mission has to feel a sense of desperation. They simply cannot get down by too much to St. Louis Christian.
Right. Well, because St. Louis Christian has the players to really just blow the top off.
Absolutely.
You know, and then the game's over.
CJ Soul, right corner. Jordan Nesbitt, layup, no good. Rebound, Yusuf Abdrabou. In transition, beautiful pass, David Kafene. And wow.
I continue to love what Abdrabou does.
Yes.
You know, you saw him there weave through traffic. He knows how to use his body. He knows how to cut off angles on the defenders. Great ball handler for his size.
And much like I don't know how Batchman missed that layup on the other hand, I don't know how Kafeni blew that, but he did. And they just can't have too many blown opportunities. Beautiful reverse layup attempt there by Abdrabou.
And that's what I was going to say. I would like to see him be more aggressive because he's got that in his tool set.
He's going to have to be very active today for Mountain Mission.
Well, and, you know, look what happens when you are aggressive. You get rewarded.
So he goes to the free throw line. He will be shooting a pair. That foul on Jackson McCoy, the first for St. Louis Christian this afternoon. Abdrabou on the scoreboard now. One down, one more free throw to go. 11:22 left in the first half. And yes, both are good. So now they're in a we'll call it a 2-3.
They're really covering up that middle is what they're doing. They're face guarding the middle, and you got a backdoor lob sold to
Jordan Nesbitt.
And that's what happens when you take some. What they're doing is they're face guarding that, or they're fronting the middle there. And so that takes a guy away from the bottom, and that's where the back door comes in there for the lob. Now St. Louis Christian in a zone of their own.
And they're in a straight 2-3. Mbia.
When you catch in the middle of that zone, you either have to be ready to shoot it immediately or
pass it right away.
You really got to secure the basketball once you catch it and figure out what you're going to do immediately.
So Keon Batchman started that turnover with his quick hands. Jackson McCoy, right baseline, no good. Mountain Mission with the rebound, Al Wilson. Abdrabou, guarded by Keon Batchman. Molly Bennon, whoa. Ref says he kept his foot on the floor.
Yeah, he did. Everyone's had that called on him so many times. That's why they want that call.
Right. 2 seconds to shoot. Abdrabou, no good. Papoose Mbia tries to secure the rebound, could not. And the basketball will belong to St. Louis Christian. Before Daniel Kafene into the contest for Mountain Mission.
I like both teams' uniforms here this
Love
morning.
them.
I do. I like both
I mentioned that in the lead up to the game. They are sharp-dressed gentlemen today. What does ZZ Top say? Every girl's crazy about a sharp-dressed man? Got 10 of them out there right now, any given moment. Ball out of bounds, last touch by St. Louis Christian. Mountain Mission will take possession. 9:29 remaining in the first half. Trailing by 9, 13-4. Mbia almost lost it. Got it in the corner over there to Abdrabou, to Daniel Kafene. Papoose Mbia. Cross court to Daniel Kafene for 3.
It's a good shot.
Very good shot. Almost went down. Had a good chance to stand it.
And give Mountain Mission credit. They're sharing the basketball, moving the ball around, making the defense rotate. And, you know, they don't have guys on their team that's just going to decide that they're just going to take it themselves. You know, they're very disciplined, and they know that they got to work the ball around to find a good shot instead of just someone just launching it up. It's a kick.
Foul on the play committed by number 15, Papoose Mbia of Mountain Mission. His first, team's second. And then on defense, we've got a kick. Now they're in a 3-2.
They do a great job of covering that middle up.
Yes.
That's really their focal point of the defense, is not letting that catch happen.
Tray ball missed by C.J. Nesbitt. Long rebound picked up by Daniel Kafene.
Got to overload.
Al Wilson, third, had a hard time getting the handle. Stolen away, Keon Batchman.
Quick
in
hands.
transition, 3-on-3. And blown up by
Quick
Yusuf
hands again.
Abdrabou.
So both
Heads
teams,
up defensive play by Abdrabou in transition.
both teams showing the importance of deflections. You know, coaches a lot of times they want to count deflections just to see how many they get.
Al
Nice
Wilson in the middle of the zone, rises up, knocks it down.
Very nice for Al Wilson, and as he progresses throughout his career, he'll find a home right there. If he can make that shot, that's somewhere where you can catch, face the basket, and find a very high percentage shot there for him. It's a walk.
C.J. Soul in the lane. I thought he walked as well.
They're going to give him the bucket.
Basket is good.
We'll give Soul credit for continuing to go up with the basketball. A lot of times that puts a ref in a position to where he doesn't know exactly what to call, because it was kind of a travel and a foul at the same time. So a lot of times it's kind of like the tie goes to the runner, right? So it's the same thing in basketball. He'll give him the basket just because he did get fouled instead of the travel, instead of the violation.
Right. C.J. Soul knocks down the free throw. 16-6, St. Louis Christian up by double digits. And Mountain Mission, oh, beautiful pass there by Molly Bennett to Albert Wilson. Shot was blocked. I think Nesbitt got it, either Nesbitt or Musaka.
Got to run with this now.
Soul missed the baseline jumper.
Oh.
And Abdrabou, you know, he just tripped. There was no foul to be called, and then Jackson McCoy's fouled on the drive. Got to be disappointed if you're Mountain Mission there.
Well, and he's talking to the ref right now. I don't think he's talking to him unless he did get hit there. I think there was some contact, and now, of course, a lot of times what referees will do as well, if you force yourself in between 2 to 3 defenders, they won't give you that call because they feel like it's not a smart play.
McCoy makes the first. That is the second foul on Jaji Diarra.
Coach Al Wilson wants that call as well. They're still talking about the non-trip call.
That's 4 fouls so far in this half on Mountain Mission.
It's a good split there.
McCoy makes both. Jaji Diarra, no good, and he is fouled. Not a smart foul there by Tiki Musaka. He just swatted at him instead of walling up, trying to block that shot.
And that's a next level move by Diarra there. He splits the 2 defenders on the break, and then just continues, takes it all the way to the basket. He gets the 3rd step. I love when they give him the 3rd step.
Yep.
You know, it makes it look more like the next level.
Jaji Diarra makes the first free throw. Into the game for the first time for St. Louis Christian, number 32, Alpha Chibamba. And Diarra misses the second.
Nice.
Layup, good. C.J. Soul.
No resistance there from Mountain Mission, and got a couple guys looking around like what just happened. Nice pass.
Diarra lays it in. 20-9, St. Louis Christian on top. 6:36 left in the first half.
Nice pass.
Alpha Chibamba. Oh,
Good.
Jaji Diarra left his feet, flipped over Chibamba's shoulder, but he's okay.
That ended up as well as it could have.
Yes,
Diarra.
absolutely.
Good acrobatics there to catch himself, and that's always scary because that's your natural instinct is to catch yourself with your hands, and that's a lot of times how guys break the wrists.
Jackson McCoy offensive rebound, shot no good. Papoose Mbia secures the board.
It's a bad spot right there.
Very bad. And dangerous pass stolen by Jackson McCoy. I see a dunk coming. Nope.
Nice.
Layup, Jackson McCoy.
McCoy just beats him to the rim. Very smart play. His pressure's really bothering Mountain Mission right now. Now they break it. Oh,
Molly Bennon drives right baseline, no good. Rebound, Jaji Diarra, and he is fouled.
again, give Diarra a lot of credit. He's not that big. He's probably only 6'1" or 2", but he's really battling like a big man, getting in there, getting his nose into play, getting offensive rebounds.
Keon Batchman called for his first foul, team third. Jaji Diarra split a pair of free throws last time. He misses the first. And Jaji makes the second. And we've got timeout on the floor, full timeout, charged to St. Louis Christian with 5:43 left in the first half, so we'll take a timeout here on the broadcast as well. It's day two, Hoopin' on the Hill, live from Warren Central High School in Bowling Green, Kentucky. This is a grind session event brought to you by Tanager Sports, and we will be back in just a moment. All right, teams heading back out to the floor. 5 minutes, 43 seconds left in the first half. Our score is St. Louis Christian 22, Mountain Mission 10. St. Louis Christian basketball, their own baseline. C.J. Soul into the front court. Lobs it to Keon Batchman. He attacks the lane. Kicks. Jackson McCoy for three. No good. Yusuf Abdrabou with the rebound. St. Louis Christian in an aggressive man-to-man. They're pushing it out way past the three-point line. Nice. Abdrabou, baby hook is good.
Nice. And I was going to say, he's got to go up with that and credit him for going up. Nice left-hand hook.
Keon Batchman layup is good.
Batchman says, don't celebrate too long because I'm bringing it right back at you.
Molly Bennon into the front court for Mountain Mission. Oh, pass nearly stolen by Jackson McCoy. Albert Wilson, top of the key to Abdrabou, high post. Molly Bennon drives the left side of the lane.
That was a great slip screen by Abdrabou. He, instead of setting the screen, he just slips it and gets position on the defender.
Jackson McCoy loses the ball on the baseline, picked up by Abdrabou.
Got to push. He doesn't want to push.
And he had Jackson McCoy right on his tail, literally. So now David Kefene to Abdrabu. He got away with a step. 18-footer, no good. And here comes St. Louis Christian. Beautiful full-court pass from Keon Batchman to Jackson McCoy. That is an extremely difficult pass to pull off.
Yeah, it was very nice.
But he made it look really easy.
And way to run the floor from Jackson McCoy. That's the only reason that pass is there, because he sprints the floor. Someone's got to be there for the pass to work. You know,
Absolutely.
I mean, a lot of times that's what you don't see those type of passes work because guys don't run the floor for their guard. As a guard, you love guys that'll get out on the wing, get wide, fill the lanes.
You know, the old saying, you can lead a horse to water, you can't make him drink.
That's right.
So you can lead him with the pass all you want, but if he's not out there to drink it, doesn't matter. But beautiful anticipation there by Batchman, and great finish by McCoy.
As simple as all that sounds.
Yes,
you don't
sounds simple.
You know, you don't see it all the time. Guys, either they're tired or they just don't understand that you got to get out in front, or they just don't have the will to do it.
Oh, Kefene travels. No one ever knows when they travel.
Right.
That was as obvious a travel as you're probably going to see all day. And Kefene's around like, oh, what'd I do? Gotta love it. 3:46 to go in the first half. 26-14, St. Louis Christian in control. But you just get the feeling Mountain Mission is just staying within sight, looking for a way to find a weakness and make a run.
Good ball movement.
McCoy, 3-ball did not work. Batchman, that's a second shot. I just don't know how he missed it. It did everything but go down. Jordan Nesbitt cleans it up with the offensive rebound and the putback.
Nesbitt's one of those guys, he does not miss down there. He's either going to draw a foul or he's going to get the bucket, and this time he gets both.
Papoose Mbia, his second foul, team sixth.
And we see this from Nesbitt every game. It doesn't matter if he's outsized, if he's got the size on the other team. Like, he's just that guy. He gets in there and he gets those rebounds. He's got a knack for it.
Free throw no good. Al Wilson III. A strong rebound in traffic. For an eighth grader, Al Wilson III really, really looks good.
Oh, yeah.
He looks like he belongs on the high school level, which bodes very, very well for his future. Abdrabu into the paint, and he's fouled. Had two of them down there. Let's see who they give it to. I think they're going to give it to Nesbitt. Nope. They gave it to C.J. Soul. Both of them got him. So that's the first one on Soul, fourth on St. Louis Christian.
And that's a great aggressive take. And, you know, sometimes it just takes time for guys to figure out where to pick their spots and how to be aggressive. And I feel like that he's starting to figure that out, that his team needs that from him. And he's very capable of getting it done.
No question. Number 2, David Negish into the lineup for Mountain Mission. Now all of the members of the Mountain Mission roster have played. Abdrabu makes the second. 28-15. The lead is 13 by St. Louis Christian. Kude Stoll, baseline, gets it to Keon Batchman. 2 shot fakes, no good. Batchman just can't get it in. Reminds me of Moses Gadak for Tennessee Prep yesterday. Getting good looks, and they're doing everything but fall. Ball out of bounds, last touch by St. Louis Christian. And I'm starting to sense some of the frustration of St. Louis Christian here, Cullen. They're missing bunnies, and they're letting this team hang around. Trey ball good, Molly Bennon. So they trimmed the deficit back to 10, 28-18. And as dangerous a time as this is for Mountain Mission, because they don't want to get too far behind, it's also a dangerous time for St. Louis Christian if they start doing that and forcing shots.
Right.
Before I could even say it, C.J. Soul just jacks up a 3 out of nowhere. When he's got options down on the block, he can drive and kick. So if you're St. Louis Christian, you got to be concerned that you don't try to rush this thing into a blowout, because you're going to do the exact opposite.
Well, yeah, and if you're Coach Ottenreith, you want to see him attack. You want to see him attack that zone.
Like that. Much better, C.J. Soul. He gets to the baseline, elevates, sticks it in. He's got 9 first half points.
And coaches say it all the time, don't settle, and that's what they mean. Don't settle for those threes. Even though they may be open, you know, work the ball around and get a better shot.
Stolen, C.J.
Shot.
Soul. One-on-one is just Molly Bennon the beats, and Bennon didn't even try to beat him. He said, okay, just go ahead and take that. Soul with a game-high 11 for St. Louis Christian. 32-18. The lead is 14. Bennon being guarded by, that's number 11, Mehmet Ulis into the contest.
Now he just got away with the travel there. He
that's
passed it
what I
to
thought.
himself.
St. Louis Christian retains possession. Jordan Nesbitt out to Mehmet Ulis, no good. Oh, wow. Al Wilson got pushed in the back by C.J. Soul, but the refs just missed it. So we've got a couple of guys who don't play a lot for St. Louis Christian out on the floor now. Number 32, Alpha Chibamba, a freshman, and number 11, Mehmet Ulis.
It was Chibamba that got away with passing it to himself there. That's
16 seconds left on the shot clock. Oh, Chibamba all alone. And this is what Coach Casey Altenreith was telling us last night. He gets off the floor blindingly quick.
Yeah, he does. He's real quick to get up there.
And he gets up there pretty high. He made that dunk look ridiculously easy. Al Wilson, no good. Rebound. There's your guy, Jordan Nesbitt. Oh, beautiful dish, Keon Batchman. And so now, Mountain Mission, shot clock off. Got to find a way to get a good shot. They need to have something good happen. They're down 18, 36-18, being doubled up now. Al Wilson blocked by Chibamba. 9 seconds left. C.J. Soul, layup is good. So a very unfortunate finish to the first half if you're Mountain Mission. And it's good.
I don't think
Yusuf Abdrabu.
They're going to give it to him.
Yes. It had left his hand right before the buzzer. So they do.
I thought the double clutch forced him to actually hold on to it too long. But no camera, no replay in this level.
Yep.
So it's going to be good.
The ref closest to the shot said it was good. So that's what we'll have to ride with. 38-21. The lead is 17 for St. Louis Christian. But just less than 2 minutes ago, Cullen, it was a 10-point game.
Right.
And I was talking about, well, St. Louis Christian doesn't need to try to rush this thing and jack up shots. So they relax, stay in attack mode, and boom, 17-point advantage heading into the half.
Picked up a couple steals, created a couple turnovers. You got a couple runouts.
So we hope you have enjoyed the first half of Game 1 of the final day of Hoopin' on the Hill, live from Warren Central High School, Bowling Green, Kentucky. Grind Session event brought to you by Tanager Sports. I'm Leroy Watson on play-by-play. My guy Cullen Kreider on color. We will be back in about 6.5 minutes to get you ready for the second half. Joe Jones contested. Tyrese Samuel. Here Armstrong to Jimmy Bell for the jump. Saved by Isanza to Gary Armstrong. Lob to Isanza. Coleman Hawkins. Stolen. Pierre Cockrell. He gives it to Malik Tidwell in transition. He lobs it off the glass. Armstrong into the lane, lobs it to Ricky Sanza for another jam. Possession, Cockrell with the steal. Lob off the backboard to 2020. Jumper no good. Coleman Hawkins with the rebound. Outlets to Pierre Cockerell off the glass to Kwani once again. LaMelo Ball with the rebound.
He wants it. Yep.
Oh! Emmanuel Shimungo.
That's a big time shot.
Oh, my goodness. Bias fire. Wizards lob back door to picked up by LaMelo. Look at that underhand. No,
I think there needs to be a different matchup there.
That is not what. Oh, Terry. And we're getting prepared for the second half. Day 2, Game 1, 2019 Hoopin' on the Hill, live from Warren Central High School, Bowling Green, Kentucky. The grind session event brought to you by Tanager Sports. And we will get you caught up with the first half scoring update. For St. Louis Christian, they were led by C.J. Soul with 13, Keon Batchman 10, Jordan Nesbitt 7, Jackson McCoy 6, and Alpha Chibamba with 2. Mountain Mission was led by Yusuf Abdrabu with 8, Molly Benin 7, Jaji Diarra 4, and Albert Wilson III with 2. First half, Mountain Mission was staying close, hanging around. They were down by only 10 with about 2.5 minutes to go, and then St. Louis Christian exploded with a couple of steals, a couple of runouts. They led by as much as 20, but Mountain Mission with a 3 right at the buzzer by Yusuf Abdrabu, and that cut the deficit back to 17 for Mountain Mission heading into the second half. So the chore for Mountain Mission is going to be finding a way to slow the game down and just keep St. Louis Christian within sight. They can't let St. Louis Christian go on extended runs because Mountain Mission just is not built for the comeback. Being joined again by my broadcast partner, Cullen Kreider on color. I'm Leroy Watson on play-by-play.
And you called it exactly right, Leroy. They don't have it necessarily in their DNA, or they don't really have the pieces to get far behind and come back. There's professional teams like that, and college teams like that. It's not a slight against Mountain Mission. It's just not their style. And with guys like that St. Louis Christian puts out on the floor, at this time, they can really, like you said, they can really just blow the game wide open and it be over here early in the second half. So Mountain Mission has to gradually chip away and really, like you said, slow the game down and turn it into a possession-for-possession game.
Because Mountain Mission has traditionally been good at milking the shot clock, not taking a shot before 6 to 8 seconds.
Right.
And today, they've been taking shots a little quicker than that. And that's a relative thing. They're still not just jacking it up early in the shot clock, except here. Thanks for making a liar out of me, Molly Benton. Right. And St. Louis Christian with the rebound.
But look what that does. Now here we go in transition.
And this is St. Louis Christian's game. Jackson McCoy for 3, and it's good.
And so there's the result. And again, that's not a knock on anything that just happened. That's just the reality of the style of this game.
Yes.
If you allow St. Louis Christian to get in transition, like they are again.
Papoose Mbia takes the shot, is blocked by Jordan Nesbitt.
Oh,
wow. And Nesbitt cannot believe no foul was called, and frankly,
Make that
I can't
2 or 3
either.
of us.
Wow.
I honestly think the official doesn't know what he really just saw. I don't think he expected a challenge at the rim there.
Okay, perhaps not. So
well, but you still got to make the call.
Yeah.
That's a pretty dangerous play, actually.
That's a play where if it actually had not been a foul, I would prefer you to call it a foul because of the way it ends up than
no, you're
not
exactly
call
right.
it.
You're exactly right.
So Mountain Mission with the rare shot block. Yusuf Abdrabu got out in transition, no good. Keon Batchman with the rebound. Drives, kicks, don't know who took that shot. There, C.J. Soul. Weak side, Tiki Musaka. St. Louis Christian has a beautiful freshman class with Musaka and Alpha Chibamba.
Mm-hmm.
These two guys, if they stay at St. Louis Christian for 4 years, Casey Aldenreath is going to be thrilled.
Oh, absolutely. And you've already got your big men set in stone there.
And Cullen, I just don't know why Mountain Mission is taking these early shots in the shot clock. Al Wilson took a 3 there with about 18 seconds left on the shot clock, and I just frankly don't understand why. Nice steal there by Papoose Mbia.
Well, I'll tell you what, Lee, we're now being down 22.
22.
It can get in your head pretty quickly that, okay, I got to make this deficit up.
Yusuf Abdrabu, he is fouled. A foul committed by Jordan Nesbitt. It's Nesbitt's team first of the second half.
It's hard, you know.
Alpha Chabamba back in the
It's
contest.
It's hard to convince yourself that you can come back from 22 by chipping away. You know,
Yep,
I mean,
yep.
although that is how you come back, it's still hard to convince yourself of that.
Molly Bennon, free throw line jumper, no good. Papoose Mbia.
It's a great rebound.
It is. Oh, they called him for the foul. Mbia's third.
Oh, wait a minute.
And
I was afraid that that's what the call was going to be,
he didn't deserve that.
and it came true. So he had the ball first.
He did. So I thought when the whistle blew, I thought we had a held ball. But they called the foul there on Papoose Mbia. CJ Soul into the lane, no good. Rebound, Mbia. They've got numbers 3 on 2. Oh, that's a tough break. Abdrabu was going right. Mbia expected him to go left, but Mbia should have expected him to go right because if he'd have gone left, he'd have been right under the rim.
Right.
So just a little miscommunication there, and ball goes back to St. Louis Christian. So when you're down 22, those are the little things that add up. It certainly doesn't make you feel any better.
That's a great set play there. Nesbitt was there. The lob for Nesbitt was there on the backside.
And that was Batchman. He just didn't see it.
Well, you know, on that type of play, you've got to read the defense. Not really what else is going on. You got to see if this.
CJ Soul for 3.
It's almost like a quarterback throwing it to a receiver when the DB's not looking. You know, if the guys don't have their eyes on the ball, you can throw that lob and you throw it early when he's about
Soul
to
and
free throw
CJ
line.
Soul, they've got numbers.
Oh.
And Soul tries to throw up a trick shot when he had Keon Batchman on the wing, but
Well, he got pushed in the back
foul.
really hard there.
David Negish. First on Negish, team second. And was he not in the active shooting?
Well,
Okay.
he was,
I mean, I thought he was, but okay. And shouldn't they get a fresh shot clock?
yes, they should.
Hey, at this point, those are vagaries. It's no real big deal.
Good pass.
Abdrabu gets it to Kafene, and the finish is good. David Kafene. It's his first basket. Wow, that's Mountain Mission's first basket of the second half. They're now down by 23, 46-23. Alpha Chabamba, short. Rebound, Yusuf Abdrabu. He is so heady. He felt the pressure behind him, so he slows it, keeps it in the opposite hand, and then kicks it over to Kafeni.
Nobody even had to yell wolf at him either. You know, usually people are screaming wolf at the ball handler.
Molly Bennon with the layup.
It's like you said. I continue to be impressed with the feel, with his feel for the game.
Absolutely.
And I want to say that Miss Wilson, I want to say she just told me the pronunciation was Abdrabu, because I told her I'm struggling with his name.
Okay.
Now,
Jackson McCoy.
Continue to say it how you want, because I think that's what she just told me, but I'm not 100% sure either. So that's a lot easier for me to say than the other way I'm trying to say it.
Okay.
I'm like
fair enough.
I think I'm adding letters to his name that aren't there.
Oh, beautiful shot fake there by Papoose Mbia. He missed the shot. Pokes the ball out of bounds. Possession stays with St. Louis Christian, and we've got timeout on the floor. 30-second timeout called by Mountain Mission. That's their final 30-second timeout. They've got 3 fulls left. 11:25 to go in the game, and St. Louis Christian is pushing this thing open, 48-25. And I look to my right, Cullen, and I see a distressing sight. It looks like Tiki Musaka with some sort of lower body injury. I'm going to assume a knee. And the immediate implications are negligible. They're fine with or without him today. But moving forward, they're going to need the big man.
I'll tell you what, I'm just looking at, and I don't mean to, I'm not joking or anything, but that kid's got some blood going through his veins there in his legs.
Yes.
Like, that's a lot of muscle tissue there. It's a good sign for a big 7-footer, you know.
Yes, being properly fed by the vascular system. You know, all the things that go into an elite athlete, Cullen, that we don't think about, you know. But things like, okay, is your blood pumping enough oxygen to your body?
Ooh.
Oh, my goodness. Papoose Mbia nearly cleanly blocked that shot by Alpha Chibamba. Papoose got off the floor quickly himself that time.
Yeah. As you said earlier, Chibamba gets up there really, really quick.
I just was, you know, getting ready to call a dunk, and Mbia just got up quick. Said, no, sir, you're going to have to earn these. Chibamba misses the first. So that's a smart foul all the way around there for Papoose Mbia. Jaji Diarra comes in for Mbia, who just picked up his 4th foul. This is 3rd team foul of the second half. Chibamba makes the second. David Kafene into the front court to Abdrabu. It does roll better off the tongue. Molly Benin. Oh, he got away with the travel there. Shot blocked. Diarra blocked by McCoy.
Oh, was it McCoy? Okay.
Yep. And CJ Soul finishes. The speed of the game totally favors St. Louis Christian right now.
Of course.
Mountain Mission has got to throttle this thing back a little bit. But that's the way St. Louis Christian plays. They bait you into a high-speed game.
Right.
Abdrabu, turnaround jumper, no good.
It's a great look. And
great look, absolutely. He just missed it.
Coach Wilson will take that look every time down the floor.
Yes, sir. He certainly will. Alpha Chibamba working the baseline. Fade away, no good. Al Wilson with strong rebound. Kefene into the front court. I thought Wilson was going to give him a screen, but no. Abdrabu. He gets it to Molly Benin. Benin, three-pointer is good. Molly Benin from the top of the key. No doubt about that one. It was pure the second it left his hand. That was a beautiful shot.
You know, I could see Benin playing at the next level, being a shooter for a team.
Absolutely,
whether that be Division II or JUCO level.
Or NAIA maybe. Keon Batchman rebounds his own miss and sticks it in. And, you know, I think the only problem that Mountain Mission really has right now is they don't have that lead dog.
Right.
They've got a bunch of number 2, number 3 types.
Right.
Just imagine Abdrabu is your 3rd option on this team. And maybe Benin would be your 2nd option. And they had, let's say, Keon Batchman as your first option, or Jordan Nesbitt as their first option. Chibamba comes in, and he is putting in work.
Yeah, he's tough, man. We've already seen his leaping ability, but he's got great touch around the rim as well.
Yes.
He just missed the one previously before that, but it barely rolls off, and that just shows you he's got good rotation on the ball and good soft touch.
Albert Wilson called for his 2nd foul. That's the 4th foul on Mountain Mission here in the second half. And Alpha Chibamba goes to the line to complete the old-fashioned three-point play. And he got it. So the lead swells to 28. They have once again doubled up Mountain Mission, 56-28. And we've got an eternity left, 9 minutes left to go. Benin to Kefene to Papoose Mbia into the lane, and he slipped, and then he just lost the ball. And I mentioned this to you at halftime, Cullen. Mbia just doesn't look like himself. He's just a little out of phase today. I don't know if it's because it's the early game.
Was good defense by St. Louis Christian too.
It was.
Mbia really, he got a bend right there, if you know what I mean, like a defensive end coming around the tackle. He really got a bend there, but they backed up and allowed him to
with the rebound and the stick back.
Kind of pulled the chair move. In a driving way, I guess.
But Mbia is a player that they've got to have on his game if Mountain Mission wants to have a chance to be competitive. And he just hasn't been that. Drabu, that was a nice drive.
Yeah, it was.
That foul committed by Jordan Nesbitt, his team second of the second half.
At the line for Mountain Mission, number 5, you said Adrabu shooting 2.
I honestly believe that Abdrabu is almost, although he is a senior, but it almost feels like he's figuring out more about himself. It's just that progression of a player.
Yeah.
He's figuring out more that, man, I possibly could take over a game if I had to, and and really figuring out his role as the offensive lead for this group, for Mountain Mission.
And he makes that second free throw.
And
He's got 9.
Again, I talked to Miss Wilson just 1 second ago, assistant coach to Al Wilson, and she echoed the same thing, that, they've got to have him in that role, and he's got to understand it. And
Jackson McCoy layup is good. McCoy having a strong game with 13.
tough catch.
Oh, Molly Bennett not changed his pivot foot.
Yep.
And Jackson McCoy, I think he kind of aggravated the ref a little because the ref was like, hey, I got this. And Jackson's just saying, hey, I just wanted to make sure you saw that, ref. Because it would be easy to miss that. I mean, you and I caught it because we are literally right here. He was about 12 feet away from us.
And let me tell you one reason why referees really don't like that, because, okay, now a player or a
Stolen, Abdrabu, he's all alone.
Dunk that.
Layup is good.
a player or an opposing coach screams that out loud, screams out travel, screams out, and now the whistle comes. And so now the perception can be, well, hey, he just called that because they screamed at it. So that's why officials really don't like that at all, because that's not why they're blowing the whistle. They saw it, and they don't want you to have to say it for them, because now the perception is from the crowd or whoever that the only reason I blew my whistle is because you are screaming at me.
Good point. And the other part about it is, hey, player, you play.
Right. Let me
ref.
Yep.
But I think McCoy did a good save. He had a big grin on his face. Just wanted to make sure you saw it, ref. So, because, at the end of the day, players have to remember, refs can really, really, really make a point without saying a word.
Yep.
They can freeze you out from getting any more fouls.
Absolutely.
It's good to, if you don't have a good relationship with the ref, at least be neutral.
That's right.
Molly Bennon scores it for Mountain Mission. He's got 14. Great pass there by Jordan Nesbitt. That was Mehmet Eulis. Couldn't land that corner jumper. Ball out of bounds. Last touch by St. Louis Christian. It belongs to Mountain Mission. 6:30 to go in the contest. And the lead is 29, 62-33. Bia to Molly Bennon. Bennon cross court to Jaji Diarra. Al Wilson gets downhill into the paint, and he is fouled. He got popped pretty good. He feels that one. That's Jordan Nesbitt. That is his team third of the second half. Wilson to the line, and he makes the first. Second free throw is good. It's really cool getting the chance to hear the interactions with the players and the coaches. Jordan Nesbitt just was not getting what Coach Autenreith was saying. So he had to find an alternate way of saying it, and then Jordan just nodded, oh, okay, got you.
Just make it simple. A lot of times just make it simple.
Exactly.
And you get better execution that way. And
it's not that athletes are dumb. It's just they got so much crammed in their head going on at any given time.
Well, they got a lot of plays, too.
That's what I mean. All these plays running around and all these options. Molly Bennon now at 16.
And I'll tell you what, some guys get playing time just because they can run plays, and
That's
they
right.
will run plays.
Absolutely. Cross court, C.J. Soul, he goes baseline, and it's good. Tough finish there by C.J. Soul. He's got 20.
Yeah, he's tough, man. He sticks out to me almost every game we watch them. Is that lead guard for this team.
Yes.
Very tough and tenacious on defense. Good take. Ooh.
What a block by Alpha Chibamba.
Good pass.
Oh, beautiful. And look at Abdrabu. And Jordan Nesbitt with a heads-up play. Going out of bounds, he slaps the ball off of Abdrabu. And so St. Louis Christian will retain possession. Into the game for St. Louis Christian, Vangelis Dermesis, number 21. So I think it's official, Cullen. We need to call this a 2-1-2. Basket is good, Mehmet Ulis. Because, I mean, that's the way they configure it. It's not a 2-3, it's not a 3-2, it's a 2-1-2. And I don't see that often. I saw a 2-1-2 at one point last year. I can't remember who runs it. Papoose Mbia scores. That's his first basket this afternoon for Mountain Mission. Stolen. Jaji Diarra, I think that was Abdrabu who created that turnover, and stolen back by Mehmet Ulis. 4:14 to go. St. Louis Christian up by 27, 66-39. Mehmet Ulis for three, and it's good. Jaji Diarra stripped. Vangelis Dermesis ahead to Mehmet Ulis. He lobs it to Keon Batchman. Gotta love a play like that.
Yeah.
Ulis had the layup all by himself. He says, here, big dog, go eat. And he let Batchman finish that one up.
Alpha higher. Right there, good.
Molly Bennon, no good. Batchman, strong rebound in traffic. Tried to thread the needle to Mehmet Ulis. Stolen by Molly Bennon. To Al Wilson, back to Bennon. He gets it to Papoose Mbia. He goes up and under and scores it.
Good job by Mbia. I thought there was actually maybe one too many passes there, and he still corralled it. A lot of times you see a turnover there or a missed bunny.
And good sign for St. Louis Christian. Tiki Musaka is at the scorer's table, ready to check in at the next dead ball, which will be now. Foul committed by Jaji Diarra, his fourth, team fifth. And Tiki Musaka back into the game for St. Louis Christian, replacing Alpha Chibamba, I will assume. Yes, replacing Chibamba. Trey ball on the way. Mehmet Ulis, no good. Rebound, Molly Bennon. Bennon to Papoose Mbia. Reverse layup, good. So Mbia has shown late life, 6 points in the last 4 minutes.
Mbia, another one of those guys, you talk about a body.
Yes.
He's, you know, he looks like he could play college football. You know, I mean, I
running back.
Right. Or
Keon
DB
Batchman into the lane. Basket good.
I tend to see that in guys that are a little smaller, you know, and that's why I compare that, because that's what a professional athlete looks like, you know, at least at this stage of their career.
30-second timeout called by St. Louis Christian, 2:08 left in the game. The lead is 30, 73-43. But he's still coaching, still doing his job. He wants his guys to finish this game off executing. I don't know exactly what was being said, but Jordan Nesbitt had an objection about something, and coaches letting him know, hey, look, let the play develop over here. So it's really good to see the coaches here on the grind session. They really pay attention to detail, and they really do a good job of teaching their players the fine points of the game.
Well, and these are moments where you really find the teaching moments in a blowout and things like that. And, you know, have guys to, you know, let's stay disciplined and continue to execute.
Abdrabou short from three-point range, and he sticks his nose in there and gets the rebound. Over to Molly Bennon. Bennon to Abdrabou. Abdrabou missed again. And Jaji Diarra almost corralled that rebound, but knocks that ball out of bounds. It will belong to St. Louis Christian. 1:30 to go. And once again, Coach Altenwright saying, hey, run it right. Do what we've discussed. Do what we practice. And I don't think that's what he was looking for. Turnover, St. Louis Christian. The ball belongs to Mountain Mission. Bennon, pocket pass to Albert Wilson, blocked by Tiku Musaka. Whatever was bothering him, it looks like he's okay now. Well, no, he's favoring that right leg a little bit. Musaka for three, air ball. And that's Jordan Nesbitt with the rebound. And he was trying to locate Mehmet Ulis. Ulis wasn't ready for the pass.
Musaka was hunting that three.
He was.
That three-point shot.
.36 seconds left. Abdrabou to the front court to Al Wilson III. Papoose Mbia drives baseline, and he is fouled. I think it's Nesbitt. Yes, that's Nesbitt on the foul. It is his fourth, team fourth. So Mbia will go to the free throw line, and he will shoot a pair.
I'm seeing several college coaches, or at least scouts, in the stands today.
Absolutely.
You can always tell because they're, you know, they're always supporting their or sporting their colors, team attire.
And second free throw, no good. Wow, Jaji Diarra somehow ends up in possession of that ball. 73-46. Shot clock is off. 10 seconds left. Jordan Nesbitt battling out there with Papoose Mbia. He gets it to Tiki Musaka for the dunk. And so that'll do it. St. Louis Christian 75. Mountain Mission 46. That's our final in game one, day two, Hoopin' on the Hill. So it'll be interesting to see who is selected as player of the game. Keon Batchman would be a good choice. CJ Soul would be a good choice. Jackson McCoy would be a good choice. And as Keon Batchman has been selected. So we will get him in here. All right, so we're at the table with our player of the game, Keon Batchman of St. Louis Christian. Keon, congratulations on a great victory.
Thank you, thank you.
You had 18 points. I would imagine you probably had about a half dozen assists. You had some rebounds, you had some steals. Really a good all-around game. How tough is it playing the first game? Now, at least it wasn't 10 o'clock like it was yesterday, but even playing a noon game on a Sunday.
I mean, it's very tough. We're this is our fourth game in 5 days.
In 5 days, that's right.
Yeah, so it's very tough, and this win was very big for us. We lost 2 big games. Yeah, I believe that we were the better team, but we just slipped past us. So this game helps us. It makes us move forward, and make sure we're all prepared for the next session. So.
When you see a team like Mountain Mission, they're a little smaller. They're not as athletic as you guys. Is the tendency just to try to just run and gun and pull away from them? And, you know, do you have to be reminded sometimes, look, we still got to run our stuff so we can get good opportunities?
Yes, sir. I mean, that was a very important thing for us to try to beat them in transition. Also, you know, attack the basket. We had bigger size on them. But when it came down to it, we needed to run some stuff, and we did when we needed to.
Now, Tiki was favoring his knee. He going to be okay?
Yes, sir. He always will.
All right. Now, and speaking of Tiki, he and Alpha Chabamba are freshmen. Talk about how bright the future has got to be for those two guys.
I mean, that's amazing. Just practicing with those guys, and also, you know, being on the court with them. They're a big presence, and for them to be freshmen, you know, and dominate the game like they do, their future is unbelievable.
All right. Keon Batchman, St. Louis Christian. Congratulations again. Great performance.
Thank you.
Go home, get some rest, man. All right. So up next will be Aspire Academy versus Potter's House. That's our 1:30 game. Then Bella Vista, Our Savior New American at 3 p.m. You don't want to miss that one. So stick around. We're hooping on the hill. Don't go anywhere.